All right. I know that you never ever want to open up the spreadsheets that I made, but I did. I did create a new tab called Tower, and it's just a quick reference guide for the ratings top to bottom for the podcast. Like just the show score, not our individual scores, just each franchise's show score from bottom to top.
Franchise rating?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see you logged in. You can see it. There it is.
I wasn't sure if that one was the right one because it was the most new one, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I added. Because I kept clicking over to 007 and I was like, eventually this is going to become irritating if I want to look at other ratings. Because we've never been like, what did we think about the third movie in this franchise? It's always been like, well, what did we think about the franchise? So I just wanted a quick reference to just like put these things in.
I mean, I don't know that I would rate this higher than Underworld now that I'm looking at it.
And yet.
By the smallest of margins. Okay.
It's tiny. Welcome to Potato Chip Pictures, the movie franchise review podcast. I am B. Sammy Davis.
Hi, I'm Justin. Most of the time.
Yeah, he's mostly Justin. Today we are finishing off the Conan franchise, possibly forever.
I don't know who's going to remake this, but I mean... where Austin Powers has had a better reception, it deserves a bit more of a possibility. This one could be left in the dust.
This is one of those really tricky ones because, like, I don't think these are good movies, but I do have a soft spot for them where, like, I'm willing to watch them again almost anytime. Like, if anyone's like, hey, do you want to watch the second Conan movie? And I'm like, oh man, that one was terrible. Let's watch it. Let's have a great time. So I don't know. If there was a fourth one, I would probably go see it. But that's my curse. That is my burden that I will always watch these franchises after I have committed to them.
I mean, if it comes out, tricky. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where we get to the tricky one.
They have to change a couple of things. They have to keep a couple of things. But overall, if it came out, you'd have to really convince me with the lead actor.
Yeah.
Or the route of the one that we didn't watch, the lead actress. It could be either.
I'm okay. I just want to throw this out there, and this might be like a stretch goal for us to have more listeners, but one day I kind of want to do the not included movies where we just look back at franchises that had movies that we skipped and to be like, all right, let's watch those movies. Like, no context. We're not watching them as part of their original franchise. And I want to watch Conan. Like, I want to watch Lady Conan.
Yeah, I'd be interested in a new one. Though that one didn't really. The one that I read about didn't really seem amazing. But okay, for the podcast.
Yeah, did you say there's a new one? Do you know something
No,
I don't know? Oh,
if there were a new one.
I was about to panic here. I was like, look, I'm not that plugged into the news, so if there was a sudden announcement, I wouldn't know about it. But, you know, it is what it is. All right. Before we get talking about the franchise, really quick, the show rating is easy for this one because math is funny, and all of our averages were 3.67. Yours, mine, therefore the show's, it was just 3.67. And that makes it second worst in terms of what we've rated right now from bottom to top. We are looking at Underworld, Conan, Austin Powers, 007, and then at number one, A Quiet Place. So I'm very interested to see how these franchises continue to evolve.
It's the outliers that bring down Underworld.
That's true, and there are several.
Bad
That's the
ones.
problem. You're sitting here saying the outliers, and I'm sitting here saying I think most of that franchise kind of sucked.
I mean, according to your ratings in Underworld, no, it did not.
Yeah, I only put them just below average. I'm looking back at it too, and like, well, no, I've got 2 3s and a 1.
Well, the outlier, I think, is bringing it down. Well, anyway.
My highest score was a 5, and then I have 1 4. I can say pretty firmly that I'm not a big Underworld fan.
It's fair. It's Matrix, but vampires.
Yep. If it were just vampires and lichens, I would probably like it more, but I cannot separate the Matrix from it. But I think it's a personal small victory that Conan beats Underworld. I don't know why. I just think, I don't know, I'm more willing to watch Conan than I am Underworld.
I mean, overall, my opinion of it probably was saved by the Kid Conan inclusion in the last one. It just makes it feel less what's the word? The first movie with Kid Conan was like he might as well have just been born at that wheel to get strong. Like,
yes.
he gets told the story of the riddle of steel, which I enjoyed in that moment to be like, oh, some lore that I have never heard in any other universe. Go ahead, tell me more. But then it kind of it gets better with the third movie, That Kid Conan. And I think it's more the relationship, not necessarily just the kid. The dad sacrificing himself, and Conan, I don't know that he really takes it as a vengeance journey, but that's what the story says it is. Like, well,
yeah,
you could have probably found him, maybe.
It's a very strong opening that tells a very clear promise, at least, or makes a clear promise where it's like, we are going to get vengeance. And then it's like 20 years later, I don't even remember who my dad was. Like, let's go have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I think about the 2011 movie, I'm like, oh, that was not great. But I do think it was better than Conan the Destroyer, the 1984 sequel. Like, my score tells a different story because I gave both of the Arnold movies 4s, and I gave the I've forgotten the actor's name. I gave Aquaman's movie a 3.
Aquaman.
Yeah. But, well, you know what? I'm going to stick with that. I think that's fair.
I think the use of this wrap up, I think, is a good time to not redo the scores, but reevaluate and say, comparing it to the entire arc, this one has a place. I think it's, if I remember right, the second movie for me was only redeemed by the Elder God.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I did not like that movie.
Yeah, you and I have swapped ratings for Destroyer and then the 2011 remake. And I think the other redeeming factor for me with Destroyer was having Mayday in it.
Oh, right.
And I can't believe I've forgotten that actress's name too. I don't know people's names. I'm very
Yeah.
bad at names.
Unless I have the wiki in front of me, then no.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just looking at numbers right now, and I really do like Mayday in that movie. I'm gonna keep calling her by another character name.
Something. I
she's
can't remember her name
she's
either.
not.
Grace, I think, is some
Yeah,
of her
Grace
name.
Jones, maybe.
That sounds familiar.
Maybe that's it. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm bad at names, and I'm not willing to click clack while I look things up.
You
But
gotta edit that stuff. It's horrible.
I know it takes forever. So I wish there were more of her in the movie. I am endlessly delighted that, doing the research for this show allowed me to learn that Andre the Giant is the Elder
Yeah.
God. Like, that makes it even better.
I think that I don't know that we have a structure to these wrap-ups, but when we talk about what we want in the future, I would love to see more surprises. I think that's if we go on a couple of the themes of Conan, I would say it's like James Bond in the escapism of, there's this character who is a barbarian and can handle these mega clashes and whatnot. What should he run into that he can't like punch his way through? So I think that works well with magic being a big theme in these movies.
Well, and I was going to say, or that he just punches through anyway, even though he's not supposed to. And the thing that I was thinking about was the 90s game Final Fantasy VI. In America, it was released as Final Fantasy III, but these days it's universally 6. There's a hidden character, or an optional character rather, who's this Yeti, and he is always on berserk. You cannot control him. He cannot learn magic. He only attacks. And in the game, there is one tower, one dungeon that you cannot attack in. You have to use magic. But if you bring the Yeti, he's too dumb to understand that he can't attack, and he'll attack anyway.
Still works.
Yep.
Everything looks like a nail.
That's Conan. Like, if you send a magical spirit that cannot be touched, I think he'll still punch the air until he hurts it.
Yep. Yeah, I'd go with that. I think it executes across the franchise as a fun, dumb slash and kill show. Like the reboot. All right, I don't know, what would you call it? Is it a reboot, right? That's
Yeah, I'd say it's a reboot. They were attempting to restart the franchise and didn't.
I think they, even though we dislike the narration, very reminiscent of Underworld, the narration that introduces some sort of demon presence that was sealed away but is coming back, keeps with the tone that the original two had. I do think there's maybe less hokey, weird camera work that they had to do with Conan. The mirror monster, I like it for the logistic side of, here's a monster that does have a weakness. Can you guess what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that fight, but I do like that there is a clear weakness and a clear way to win. And even if it's accidentally found, it's still defeating the legendary actions of the boss monster. Like, the adventuring party gets to continue. And that's so. One of the things that blows my mind, I did a tiny amount of research. The original author for Conan was one of those pulp authors who wrote a lot of stuff.
Oh.
And he had no particular love for the Conan character. He seemed to write a little bit, get bored, write other stuff, and then decide to write Conan again. But he didn't own the rights to it. The publisher owned the rights to Conan. And so other people would write books. And there are hundreds of these books, and most people just skip most of them, and like they might grab one at random because why not? There is no lore, there is no like
it's barbarian universe against whatever is there.
Yeah, and whatever this author's interpretation of that concept could be. And so when we get to the 80s, we now have the books, we have comic books because Marvel picked up the publishing rights for the comics by this point. And you've got a few games, but more importantly, you now have this new tabletop game called Dungeons and Dragons. And it fits so well with this barbarian lore that it feels almost like they melded. At least, and maybe that's just my interpretation. Maybe I'm completely off base, but I feel like Conan like works to me when Conan is this Bronze Age barbarian in a D&D adventuring party.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I see the franchise.
Yeah, I think they all mostly fit in that world. I'm trying to remember why. I feel like the rock circle that the first Conan movie goes into has some magical properties or something.
There are spirits there.
Yeah.
But that's
it. Oh, because like, Valkyrie lady shows up. That's right.
Exactly. And
it very D&D. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And so if it were me and someone said, hey, we know you have no experience directing, writing, or anything. We want you to take the lead. Sorry, I'm just tickling myself with the absurdity of this concept. But the direction I would take it would be more of a party-based thing. I also think that was kind of the best aspect of the 1984 movie, was having a party.
Yep. The first movie kind of, stumbled along and found people as they went. But yeah, I think the party was a big, an increase in the rating. They contributed. And then Final Conan was like, I can do this all by myself.
Yeah. Well, and it feels like so many of those movies, Conan decides, I can do it all on my own. And the third one, they were like, and he's correct. The first two, they were like, no, he needs backup. Like, even Conan needs friends. And so I want to party. Also, because, we've got modern special effects, give me a wizard that does actual magic.
I mean, if we are getting to a wish list of what Conan would need to be updated, but still stay in its universe, I think magic is a part of something that you could explore more. The first two movies had the magic that kind of just, it was bordering on the edge of the plot needs this to happen, so
yeah.
Valkyrie's gonna come back and save Conan,
or like musical theater magic, where like we wave our hands a bunch and someone pulls a rope off stage.
Yeah. Where the third one felt like it did elevate that a little bit with like the sand demon fights. That part was really neat. I don't even remember if there's any bad guys that aren't the main villain that Conan fights in the last act. He just fights the dude, right?
Yeah, because he's killed all of his goons by the time we get there. The only goon left is his daughter.
Yeah.
But she's not really a goon.
Because That's where like the magic is this face mask thing, and he needs the blood, and then it attaches to his face, and it's all a kind of, I guess, I would say like a ritual sort of magic, but I want casters. I want to, like, his daughter, was a mage. Like, she did magic things that fought against Conan, and he could punch them out. He could slice them, just because, have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that part could be explored better in a new franchise. Like, do it again. Maybe take some Dungeons and Dragons bits where you introduce some elements of magic as like exposition, but then put in the magic that needs to happen with like a little bit of explanation. We don't need a bunch. We just need, this is a tool that will do this. We didn't use it for any of our other stuff because it wasn't really applicable. But yeah.
That's interesting. See, I think I would want to go almost the opposite. Like, I want
No magic?
no, well, I want liberal use of magic, except maybe the good guys' magic exhausts them. So if we bring along a wizard again, he's not going to go toe to toe with the evil wizard because our good wizard is only at like level 3 and only has so many spell slots.
Yeah.
But I like my issue. Well, I don't know. Well, you know what? I agree with you. I just want to see. I don't want to see cartoon magic anymore.
Yeah. Like the sand.
Well, the sand people were cool.
They were created and then they kind of just, they would disappear when they die. But other than that, they're not.
And I didn't understand why they died.
That's the hand wave part. He sliced them or punched them. Thus,
and sand is so fragile.
It has low hit points, so he just needed to do a little bit of damage.
Yeah. But I just kept thinking it's going to be a dry bones situation where they're going to suddenly come back up. Like,
oh yeah, those are all the same sand guy. He came back until he couldn't come back.
Yeah. But that was like the only magic we really got in that movie that I'm thinking of. And then the 80s ones, we got cartoon magic where it was literal
shadows
crayons
on the film.
Yeah.
I could see what they would be going for. And if you would do the same better with the like Diamond Castle and the Mirror Monster, I think they could be better. Like, give me monsters that I haven't dreamed of or seen. Because like, I think Sand People kind of you've thought of, but man, Left Field Elder God in the end of the second one was monstrous. And like such a misdirect with the statue of something pretty and beautiful. You put the horn on it and it becomes something that's going to take over the world. It's like, oh, I can see why that thing would be taking over the world.
Arguably, the horn went on and then they were supposed to kill the girl and they never killed the girl. So that's why it went ugly.
I didn't even realize that. I kind of didn't think about the third movie needing the blood of an innocent, but
second movie. Third movie. Third movie also used blood magic.
Yeah, that's where I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that connection until now.
Yeah, they all, well, not all, but you're right. They both need blood magic. But first one, there was also that girl who tried to sacrifice herself to the snake, and then we find out that Conan has killed the snake. So I guess like they always want to sacrifice the maiden.
I guess so. What sort of theme or execution of Conan would, aside from your obligation to watch the next one, what would make you want to watch the next one?
So when you sent me your list of ideas, this was the one that I've been mulling over the most. Like, this is the one where I'm like, oh, that has legs, because I have fond memories of 2004's King Arthur, which was really a bad movie, but I saw it once in the theaters and I was like, wow, like, yeah, it would make sense that King Arthur would exist during the Roman times and we'd have myths and legends about this knight in shining armor, but really he was just a
Oh,
Roman
that one.
gladiator
I was
who
trying to remember which one.
switched sides. Yeah, like it feels like a fever dream because like nobody watched it, but
I watched it.
every once in a while I think about it and I'm like, oh yeah, it did exist.
Yeah, Mr.
And so
Fantastic.
yeah, exactly. So part of me is like, what if they went for like closer to a historically accurate late Stone Age, early Bronze Age society? And Conan the Barbarian exists in a real world that we've never seen before, just because this is the most mysterious part of human evolution, the late Stone Age to early Bronze Age. Like, even the Greeks were like, what were they doing back then? Like, that's
Surviving.
crazy. Yeah. So, and that's where most of our mythological creatures come from. Like the Homeric legends, plural, come from the Bronze Age that we know so little about. So what if we explored that with Conan? But then I was like, but nobody liked that when they did it in 2004. Why would they like it now? Like, what if we went full camp and went more like D&D or Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, where it's like tongue in cheek, special effects, lots of character interactions, but then it's like, I've already got that movie too. So I guess the point I'm making is I still don't know. I still don't know what I want from a Conan movie.
I mean, my other suggestion that I would put as my number 2 is get an actor that can act and then put them through the Marvel training regimen so that they can be a barbarian. Like,
what about Jack Reacher? I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who plays Amazon's Jack Reacher.
Wasn't that
Am I
Tom
thinking
Cruise?
of the right guy? No, the really huge guy. Like, I'm gonna have to do some clicky clacky.
He wants to be Batman also. I don't know his
let
name.
him be Batman too.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I don't have any beef with him being both.
No, I think I've only seen the there's like a World War II movie where they're not spies. Well, I guess yes, spies, but it's got him and Henry Cavill.
I think it's Cavill.
Alan
Richson.
Yeah. I liked him in that one. If he can
I think he's a legitimately good actor.
Okay.
At least when I've watched him, he's had some range where he's been comedic, he's been serious, he's been dark and brooding, but he's also been light and good. And frankly, Jack Reacher is a very good role for him because he's huge, but he has to, come off as compassionate and caring at the same time. So I kind of want to see him going more gruff and angry, but he's got the physicality. He's huge.
I think they could drop the old glowering, put your face down and stare up from your eyelids that was in the third movie. Oh my gosh.
Well, that was just Aquaman's thing.
Yeah.
That was what he liked to do.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I could see that one. I mean, physically, yeah. So if he can act, then yes, I would pick that as a new Conan. Because I think it suffers from, with Arnold, it's a little nostalgic now that he's done other movies and he's been that awkward, like not awkward. It's lovable. It's like it works in The Predator or other movies. Yeah. So I think if you can act, it would maybe even help the portrayal of Conan as maybe someone who can't even read. I can't remember what Grace Jones said to him, but in their movie, she's like, there are 6 of the thieves, and he looks over and he's like, Sure. I can't even count. Good.
There are some.
Yeah. More than one, but not enough to
Yeah.
lose against. So,
Well, and that's also hilarious because in The Barbarian, when he was a slave, he was educated. And
oh,
then
right.
he's dumb for the rest of the franchise. Oh well, but yeah, but it is an interesting idea that he would have different ways of perceiving things, and I don't know. I kind of like, I agree with you that acting is a big part of it, but then we go into genre. And I'm sitting here thinking, if we wanted to go more comedic and try to be more tongue in cheek and make this an adventure for the whole family, then we could go back to Aquaman because I think he's a very good comedic actor. It's when he's supposed to be serious that
Yeah.
I'm always like, ugh, he's so bad at this.
Him trying to be serious and gruff once he captures whatever her name was. It is not liked part of the movie. It's
Yeah.
a low point.
Well, and that's how I felt about the first Aquaman. Like, anytime he's supposed to be serious, I was like, this is the worst. And that's so much of the movie. Ugh. Like, and then I think about Minecraft, that movie that came out last summer. And he's brilliant.
Oh,
He's phenomenal.
I haven't watched
And
it.
it's like, if he does comedic roles, he's perfect. He is so good. And if he does serious roles, he's the worst.
I think, well, Arnold had a little bit of a comedic bit in the second one when he's supposed to be drunk or something, but that was still Arnold awkward. I could see Aquaman maybe doing okay if he were to do it again. I think I'd read a couple of things where he's like, this movie I did was a pile of crap, so I don't know if he would come back.
Well, there's that can I be redeemed idea. Like, I'm still young enough, I'm still hot enough, like, let me have another crack at it, let me try again, let me do it for real. And
Maybe it's the direction, maybe it's the production, maybe I feel like the sets and the most everything was good. I don't think that's where I was like comparing it to A Quiet Place or Underworld, and I'm like, well, yes, there was like beheadings at the beginning, but then I feel like there was just not as much. I don't recall any great special effects. There was stunt work, like the sand people have their costumes on, but like the end evil mask,
yeah,
they have the carriage jump, but in terms of Underworld and all the slicing and squelching and blood and all that stuff.
Well, even the very first one, the 1982 one, that was very much an R-rated movie, that didn't have all that much violence. Like, you had the mother getting beheaded, and then you got the snake getting beheaded, and then you had to wait all the way to the end of the movie to get your third beheading. And I'm suddenly I want like an ultra violent Conan. I want to see what that looks like. Like one where he rips a man in half with his bare hands and just screams as he is showered in blood. Like,
That
we get
would
these
be
images.
Yeah, that would be the pinnacle.
Yeah, let me see that movie. Like, let me have a cartoonish amount of rage and gore. And then when the battle's over, let him go back to being a dumb galoof who's hanging out with his friends, and his friends feel safe and happy and warm around him. But when battle is ready, nobody gets too close, because
Yeah.
once he goes into his rage, you don't want to get too close.
Yeah, I think that's a nice group of things that would be nice in a new Conan. I would put the odds of it actually happening pretty low.
about as high as Conan actually getting his own kingdom and becoming
The
the emperor we
narrator
keep
told
getting
us that it
promised.
happened in the future, thus it happened. We can't take it
Yeah.
away from him, but yeah, we won't ever see
Maybe
it.
we should get that movie. Maybe we should get the movie where Conan finally becomes
Okay,
king,
so
like King Conan.
I'm sure that it was the same way in like the 70s or 80s, where all of a sudden these movies from the 60s are just, getting remade and repackaged, and then you never watch the original Conan ever again. I think, but it like, I feel like nowadays there are some movies coming out where it's just, oh, remember this movie? We're going to put that actor in something or in the reboot of it. Um, if Arnold did, I don't know what he looks like now, but if he could be there,
Elderly.
yeah, like if he could be there as Conan, that'd be cool. If we missed the
It,
window, maybe they
it
could.
would be really cool because I think and this could just have been a clickbait article, but I thought I saw a headline where Arnold was like, I would totally play Old Man Conan. Like, let me add it. And that it might be a cool I don't know if you ever saw The Godfather Part 2, but in that one they cut from modern time to the past where the previous Godfather was a young man, and then we're seeing his son as the new Godfather. And so we just keep cutting back and forth in time to tell the story.
Hmm.
It'd be pretty rad to have Arnold getting ready to defend his kingdom one last time, but then cut back to a younger actor conquering these kingdoms and
Yep.
becoming a warlord, and tell two stories.
Yeah, you could have the triumph of he took on 50 men and he beat all of them. And then you see 500 men coming at old Conan, and it's like, I mean, there's a chance he does it, but he's already gotten all the glory beforehand. So if he goes out guns blazing, it's still cool both ways.
Mm-hmm. But I would be down. I would be down to see Arnold reprise the role.
Now,
And
did you say
I just don't.
did you say also as if it were animated?
Oh.
If it was just voiced? Like I could see Conan benefiting from
Mm,
that treatment. If that were to get a theatrical release, with either
oh.
3D or
I would love an R-rated animated movie
right?
because I'm a sucker for adult animation.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a sucker for animation in general. And so R-rated animation, I'm like, ooh, it's like kid stuff but with blood.
That's where you could bring it back the voices at least of
Mhm.
Arnold or Aquaman.
Yeah, you can make them as big as you wanted them to be, as hairy as you wanted them to be, as grizzled or as scarred as you wanted them to be, and just have Arnold's voice. Um, but at the same time,
It's
oh,
not quite the presence of Arnold on screen.
yeah. And I just keep thinking like there's something about making the switch from live action to animation that always feels like you're taking a step backwards.
Yeah.
But it really shouldn't. Like,
Yeah. Well, what else is about it?
we were talking about Old Man Arnold, and this is just nothing to do with Conan, but I did see an article where once again, one more time with passion, Pierce Brosnan did say he's ready to play 007 one more time.
And we would watch it. And
Absolutely, I'd give him another shot.
if they could just, it doesn't need to be in his Bond's universe, but it
Yeah.
just needs to be good. And it could be better than Skyfall. Like it just needs to be good.
Yeah, it just has to be better than the the CG kite sailing from the uh, tidal wave. But he wanted to do something where he's an old man, and being pulled out of retirement,
Hmm.
but making it clear that this is an old Bond. Like,
Yeah.
this is not Bond in his prime. This is not Bond who can take a punch. This
Mhm.
is an old man who has to do the job one last time. And I was like, you know what? I think that might be compelling.
It could be. I had recently started watching the Netflix. What would you call it? They took up the rights to Splinter Cell, and
Mm,
the main character from those is old and has to come out of retirement, but he does a dang fine job. I haven't finished it
that's
because
rad.
it's not super, like, it hasn't hooked me. But I also haven't had a
Mm.
chance to like sit down and watch it. But the idea, I think for Bond, I think for Conan, it just could make it, what's the word? Not slower, but more paced. It
Maybe
just,
deliberate.
yeah, deliberate's the word. Turn it into something. I'm positive there's a movie of, someone coming out of retirement, but they
Well,
don't make it
Red.
through the end.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that
I
one.
think there were 2 movies in that franchise, and then The Expendables,
Hmm.
another fantastic, but that one's more comedic. But Red was also comedic. It just had a lot of heart to it as well.
Yeah,
That
yeah. So
was-
it's doable.
yeah, like there have been great elderly action films in the past, and I think what makes them good is recognizing the limitations of the characters. Like, age does catch up to people, and maybe it would be compelling to have an all old man Conan story. Like, here he is with his crown heavy upon the head and his weapons familiar in his hands. And we think this is going to be a short movie, but he's still got it and he's
He's
still taking dudes out. Like,
managing to just make it through everything. Yeah.
maybe this is his one last journey for his attempt to die a warrior. And the
Yeah.
tragedy of the movie is that he still does not die, that he
Yeah.
still wins.
Oh, I feel like I have scenes flashing in my head of some other character that is just making it through waves of bad guys, but they're just like reluctantly making it through. They have to get through this, but it is taxing.
At any point, they could just give up, and it would be so easy to give up, but
Yeah.
that's not in their nature. They can't just give up, they have to be beaten. Yeah, that might also be interesting. So, I don't know. Of all of the ideas that we've discussed, I feel like Old Man Conan is the most compelling.
Hmm.
That's the one that I think I would actually be really interested in seeing. And, maybe it would be good, maybe it would be bad, but, but what do we know? We don't have any good ideas.
we're not directors or writers of these movies, but we are
Yeah,
watchers. We do enjoy.
exactly. We're just fans.
For the ratings that we give, we still try and watch stuff with an open mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that reminds me, I need to click over to figure out what our next one is. Oh, I'm excited for this. So I need to open my mind up to the possibility that this could be bad. That's where I need to put my head, because right now my head is at let's go. Our next franchise on the schedule is Child's Play, the Chucky franchise.
I don't think I knew the title to this movie franchise until, I don't know, 5 years ago. That's how.
See, and this is,
I know Chucky, but
I was going to say, this is the contention. I'm going to label it as the Chucky franchise.
oh yeah,
But the first movie, the first 3 movies, and the reboot are all called Child's Play. And then they got the name Chucky after that, but they also went like full horror comedy when they started calling themselves the Noun of Chucky.
I'm merely curious to know if it's like a line in the movie or something.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I know I've seen Child's Play 3 cuz I think that one's the one at the military the boot camp,
Mm-hmm.
the whatever, the military boarding school. It's a bunch of kids at a military school. And that one stuck with me cuz I watched it when I was young. And then I think I saw the next one, The Bride of Chucky, because that sounds familiar, but it could be that I watched a later one like uh, Colt or Seed. Well, any of the of Chucky's. Like, I don't know which one I watched. I just remember there was one that was really weird, but very funny, and I enjoyed it. And I was like, I'm going to watch the rest of these, and I never did.
Yeah, the fact, maybe as we do more franchises, the pattern will emerge that when you have only 3 movies, something may have gone wrong, other than
Mm,
like the arc has ended, like Lord of the Rings. Like
yeah.
that's complete arc. But Conan only has 3. Chucky has 8, and
8.
that in itself makes me look forward to, maybe it'll grow on me, like Underworld only had 5.
Yep. 5 movies in Underworld.
So that one, I don't know, maybe it's like a hiccup of sometimes it works out.
I do think the Bond franchise grew on you because I know you did not enjoy yourself with the very old ones.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, I should go look at the ratings, because whenever I
Yeah.
share
I
that
think
I
you
do,
were overly nice to those ones in your ratings. I think you
probably,
were like, I don't want people to think I
I
don't
hate
like
James
it,
Bond.
but
It's like, but I
yeah,
don't
but
like it.
I could tell then, and I could tell when we got towards the end of it that you were like, those early ones were rough, and
Yeah,
I'm glad I got through them. But eventually, it felt as though they started to grow on you.
it feels like that's a writing, directing type of improvement, because somebody was willing to pay for the next one, and so hey, why don't we make a better film than the one before? Novel idea.
That's crazy. Well, the thing that makes me a little sad about the Chucky franchise or the Child's Play franchise is that the 8th movie came out in 2019. And while there has been a streaming franchise, like, or series
Mm-hmm.
in the Chucky name, they haven't had another movie. That kind of makes me sad. I'm like,
I honestly don't even know what other than taking out this little possessed doll, what even is the plot? What like
I'm excited to get to it then. I'm very excited to get to it. And for us, in our present, that means we're going to have to wait like almost a month and a half before we get to that point. But for you listening, that's just next week. And that's going to be great because we will be back from our holiday and you will be here ready to watch us or listen to us do another live review. Well, not live review.
yeah,
I guess a week by week review. You can watch the movies with us. That's the point that I'm making.
gotcha.
That's yeah. Anything else that we should say before we let these dear listeners go? Anything either related to Conan or Chucky?
I I think our tower of ratings puts it in its rightful spot. I don't think it's very uh, what's the word, enticing to watch Conan. Like, you kind of have to want to see what it was about in the 80s releases, and
Yeah.
then the new one doesn't really
I was
pull
going to
you
say,
in.
you definitely don't want to watch the new one. Like, skip it. Skip it. Have a morbid curiosity about the 80s, but skip the 2011.
Yeah.
But I like what they did with the kid. I agree with you there. Like, at least he wasn't dumb as a rock in 2011. Like, that was good. Okay, so if you have enjoyed yourself, give us a like or a rating or a review or a comment, whatever it is on your platform of choice. However you interact with us, that is a fantastic way to tell the service to recommend our show to more people like you. You can also share the show. That's a really great way to get us to more ears. And if you do so, we will try to do bigger things with the show and whatnot. You know, you help us out, and we will challenge ourselves to, I don't know, be better than we already are, which will be impossible because we're perfect.
We're doing what we can.
Yes. And of course, you can find us or find our shorts rather on YouTube and Instagram. And then if you want to send us an email either with your thoughts about any of the movies we reviewed, the franchises we reviewed, or franchises that you would like for us to review, send us an email at potatochippicturespod@gmail.com. And yeah, that is it. So I guess we will review the next movie, but that is a story for another time. Right? Is that what they say?
I think that's what he says. Yeah. It's close to it, at least.
The point is, we're never going to tell that story. That's the point. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.